So how cool was that? Would you like to be in a setup like this, in a plane like this? Or maybe you own one, but you have no place to park it? I'm at Commonwealth Aviation today with my friend Andy Clark, and we're going to talk a little bit today about what went into the vision of building this park. And what I want to do is just let Andy kind of guide us today on what he looks for as far as tips and strategies when you're choosing the right place to park your plane, and if you're building it.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, it's great to be here. So Andy Clark, I'm the president and CEO of All Aboard Properties, and this is Commonwealth Aviation. It's at the Daytona Beach International Airport. It's an aircraft storage facility with T hangars. That's what we're in right now, is a T hangar. We also have some corporate 100 by 100 hangars and some 50 by 50 hangars. And as Ron said, we built this property in 1988, and basically, at the time, we were looking for a hangar to store our own airplanes. My father and I, mostly my father, had several airplanes. So we went to the airport director, Dennis McGee, at the time, and we were just going to build a 100 by 100 hangar. And Dennis, the airport director, had this large tract of land that he suggested. He knew that we were in the self-storage business, so he said, well, why don't you guys build a larger aircraft storage facility and a self-storage facility. So we followed his suggestion and built this property. It's 130,000 square feet total. We have 300 by 100 hangars. We have 5 50 by 50 foot hangars. And then we have like 23 T hangars here on the property. And so the T hangars, they hold like up to a light twin engine airplane. We're in a Icon A5 seaplane right now, and we have a Baron, a Beechcraft Baron behind us, which is a light twin. That's about the biggest type of aircraft that'll fit in the T hangar. That's how it progressed. And this is so we're on FAA taxiways, and we have direct access to the runway. These lease for approximately $475 per month, and that includes water and electric in the T hangars, and we have some availability right now for lease also if anybody's in need.
So I noticed that we have block over here on the end. Is that common even to today, or is that if you were rebuilding this today hypothetically, would you do it similar with block and steel, or what would change?
Everything has been real good. These side rolling doors work real well. A lot of people have bifold doors, but these are just side rolling, so you just push them open manually. The block on the ends was really just to protect the ends of the building, so in case there were mowers or other vehicles might have run into them. We have an automatic gate here too, so you can pull your car in and pull your airplane out, pull your car in your hangar if you're going on a trip.
So I'm wondering if someone was thinking of buying a plane, maybe as a pilot but doesn't own their own plane, and they don't have a hangar home to store it, and they're trying to choose from a myriad of places to store their plane. As a pilot, what are the 2 or 3 things that you think about when you store it? Is it the height, the width, the door? What's important when you're actually leasing out a hangar?
Well, you'd mainly location, like location. You'd want a hangar that's near your house or convenient to wherever your business is. So Daytona Airport's the closest to my house, so that's it's convenient for me. And then of course, just you want good neighbors that so that your ease of access and convenience and safety, safe place for your plane. It's a expensive, like belongings, so you want to make sure that you're comfortable with wherever you're keeping it. So I'd recommend just for anything, people can come tour it, and if they like what they see, compare it to other places before making a decision about where you're going to store your plane. We have ATP which is an FBO, fixed-based operator that's right next door to us, and they sell fuel, and so all the amenities are right here. But typically, the advantage of your own T hangar is you have control over it, and it's a private area for you to maybe keep other things for your aircraft. In other words, if you were to store, say, an FBO at ATP next door, then they would move the plane in and out for you, but you wouldn't have any private storage area for maintenance stuff or cleaning stuff for your aircraft, place to keep your logbooks and stuff. So I have all that here, like more of a self-service storage operation rather than full service.
Okay, so you've got storage, almost like a little office area, so
Yes.
so you can do all that while you're here if you're going to spend an afternoon here.
There's electric outlets and lights in all the T hangars, and then there's restrooms in each of the buildings. And then there's, if there's a place to like wash off your plane outside, hoses are outside. So works out good.
So when on a morning when it's not as busy, I guess you would come in here, you get your plane ready, I guess, do whatever that entails, and then you've got to get a hold of who and how. So how do you get off the ground?
Oh yeah, well,
what's your procedure?
Well, like I say, that's the good thing about our facility here is it's all self-service, so you can come out 24 hours a day and get your plane out, pre-flight it, and then you would just call air traffic control, which you get your flight clearance from clearance control, then they call ground, and they would direct you to the active runway for takeoff, and then tower would let you take off, and so we're a fully controlled airport here with a control tower, as most of the airports are around the Daytona Beach area.
We've talked about a lot of the expected things. Is there one or two unexpected things that maybe the average person isn't thinking of that might be super important when picking one out?
I would say, the lease term, is obviously important. Who your neighboring co-tenants are, so that you're not blocked in. And making sure your aircraft fits in there well. Those are all considerations that people might not think of, when they just to make sure you have easy access and without any problems to get your
So the plane fits, but maybe you can't get some of the other things in there.
Like what if it's crowded and you can't get out at a certain time or whatever?
Sure.
We don't have that problem here.
So it sounds like doing that research up front. And I think what you mentioned was to get out there, see the space, and I'm not sure how you're really bang on the door like, hey, I want to talk to you about your hangar, but you probably can ask some good questions if you spend some time out there.
Sure, and we have an on-site property manager. If anybody's interested in looking at our hangars, they can come out and tour them. We're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And AJ, the property manager, will show you around, and you can see how the whole property works.
So, when somebody's leasing, let's say, a storage facility for just their belongings, is it a different process as far as certification or pictures of the plane, or is it more involved?
Yes. Okay. Right. I think what you're getting at is we also rent self-storage here at this property and office space. But if you rent a hangar, you're in the airport operating area, which is a secured area. So you need to be badged by the airport. So you go over to the airport and you have to take a safety test and get a badge with your picture on it. So that's the difference renting on this side of our property.
What about insurance? Do you have to have, I'm sure as a developer and an owner, you've got certain insurance. They also have some sort of a insurance within? What does that work like?
Yes, we carry hangar keepers liability insurance on our hangars, and then most of the people renting have insurance on their own aircraft too.
A lot to think about.
Yeah, it's good. It's it's a great hobby, aviation. It's something I enjoy. I did it with my father, and now I fly with my son. He's primarily the pilot on this aircraft, and so we have a lot of fun landing in the water at Crescent Lake or Lake Harney, or even in seaplane bases around Florida. So it's a lot of fun.
And it's been great spending some time with you today. I've learned a ton. Is there anything else that you would want to, let everybody know about your career between developing and owning and just enjoying the flight?
Well, I love our company, All Aboard Properties, and I just invite any of you watching to stop by. Like I said, we're open Monday through Saturday, and stop by and take a tour of our facility if you're interested. And you can check out our planes and our properties that we have for rent, and love to show you around.
That's great. Well, I've enjoyed hijacking your son's plane for a little while today. Appreciate you being with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.